Hi, this is Crystal at the Luna Ranch, and I just want to make a video. I just put in new plants for the spring, and here I put some Mathiola or stock flowers. I don't know. This guy's super floppy, but we'll see how he does. I'm a little concerned because this spot doesn't get sun. It's like in the shade all day until the afternoon. And I find some things have done very well over here, like celosia. I had some nice celosia that was doing real well, and I may make that like my standby flower, but this has been in here for about a week, and this was already like an established plant that I moved from another pot. It wasn't like a new nursery plant, and we'll see how it does. This was an almost dying lobelia, and I just stuck it in here, and it looks like it's gonna come back. I love the lobelia. And these ranunculus, I just couldn't be happier with them. So we'll see how these do over here. But in the summer, I'm going to add some celosia, I believe. Down here, I'm thinking that's going to look real pretty. But also, to tell you the truth, I'd like to see it mixed in with some other varieties around the lavender. So these were all new plants that I just purchased from the nursery. So hopefully this will fill in very nicely this spring. But I'd love to see some pink alyssum and white alyssum in there, along with those yellow pansies or whatever they are. These are more like pansies. I'm not really sure what those yellow ones are, to tell you the truth. So this is going to be removed. This is what I'm working on today. But I'd like to plant this grass somewhere else, preferably in the ground. I tried to make these. I haven't done any work here today, and when I left yesterday, these were all in order. But these got knocked over in the wind. I really am trying to come up with a good solution for how to keep these things from toppling over, and it's kind of hard because the roots are just right there. And I'm thinking that it just needs some kind of a heavy, something on the bottom to stabilize it and widen it. And I have some ideas using no-bake clay. I want to make some rings that I can just sort of stick around here, the bottom of these pots, and see if that helps keep them from knocking over every time the wind blows, because my client really loves having these here, and I frankly love the solution. Let's see. I think that's going to look a little better. And the ferns do really well here. So, yeah, I'm all for this whole fern thing we got going on, but I've got to find a better way. I'm thinking it might be kind of nice to have some kind of a planter that kind of looks like this one, but that maybe doesn't necessarily sit so high up. Because, you know, you see out in nature, it's so natural for them to be, you know, on the ground in a forest, and there's nothing more delightful than being in a forest where there's ferns growing, in my opinion. And if you live in Arizona and you want to experience, let's see if I like that a little better. If you want to experience fern growth in a forest, I highly recommend going up to the San Francisco peaks. So here, I want to take this guy out, and I don't know where I'm going to put him. But I got to figure out something else to do with that. And I had an idea, but I can't remember what I was going to do. So here, this guy, I put him in the shade where he gets more shade, just not even for, it hasn't even been a week. And it's already looking sad. But this was a little more bloomy when I had it over there where it got more sun. So I'm going to have to move this out in the sun sooner rather than later. This pot I don't really like there. But I like the size of it. And I'd like to get something more like this size. I love the way that one looks. But yeah, I really want to pull this whole thing together. I feel like I've got too much mishmash of pots, and I don't mind that, and I like working with that, but some of these bigger ones are just sort of stuck in place because I don't really want to move them. I mean, and look at this big guy. He's just, hello. Gotta love it, but it's kind of stuck there, and I'd actually like to put this one right here and pull this out. Maybe I'll have to try that today. But I'm not happy with this. I'm actually not happy with the whole thing. But, you know, if everything had like overgrowing plants and you just saw like plants everywhere and it wasn't so pot pronounced. See how this one is sort of made diminutive a little bit by the plant dangling out of it? You know, if we had that in here, you just kind of look down and you just see flowers, and when these get grown in, you wouldn't notice the pots so much. And I also really need to get another pot like this, or to replace that. This is like a plastic pot that somebody spray painted silver. And I really don't like the pot. But what I do like about it is that I like the size of it. And I want to get another pot that's at least half the depth. It could be shorter and probably no higher, but definitely that diameter. I really like it. So I'm on the lookout for a pot for that. And I definitely want to go with something in like a gray tone. The other thing I like about it is that it is silver and it kind of blends in. Now, if I don't get this changed out by the summer, I'm going to fill it in with the lime sweet potato vine, and maybe add some of these potato vines. These are some of the various choices of potato vines. And then let's see, you know what, I should put another one of those in somewhere down. I did I? Yeah, I got another potato vine growing down there, so I'm probably going to do more potato vine around here, and all of the potato vine can be filling in here and dangling down, and then maybe we'll have some kind of vertical thing in here as well. And then this potato vine that I've got planted in periodic locations, maybe just these two potato vines on each end will be fine. And then I'm gonna surround this whole area. But I might put a pot with potato vines down here, or I can use in the summer I'll put potato vines in there, and then the potato vines can spill out and kind of fill in this corner. So this is going to be like potato vine heaven this summer. That is my big plan, because we need easy, and my client wants lush and beautiful, and she likes a lot of color. So I want to give her color. And I'm really happy, though, with the overall setup we have going on. And I'm just not thrilled with the way this looks right here, like that pot next to that pot. This one used to be higher, but the thing that it was sitting on was like this plastic thing upside down. It was all half smushed, and it was like teetering. And the other thing is this plant seems to really like it here for the most part. It does get a little burned, so I might move that to like maybe where that is. So I just got a lot of work to do. It just takes a lot of time to start playing around with stuff like that. I mean, it's not bad, but all right. I could talk more about every little part of the garden, but that's just a little partial tour of my critique of where we are in the garden and where I see it going. All right, I better actually do some work now. Sea lavender, a garden's best friend. All right, thanks for watching.